I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now, just for a second. I really need to talk to you directly, because if you're here with me today, there's a very real chance that you feel like you're carrying around this heavy, crushing weight of your own inadequacies. You look around, you see everyone else seemingly holding it all together, and you just feel flawed.
So I have to ask you, honestly, have you ever felt broken? Or like you're just not good enough? Or maybe, deep down, you feel like an absolute burden to the people who care about you? That quiet, agonizing feeling of being completely useless, it's just exhausting, isn't it? Having to hide that from the world, wearing a brave face when inside you feel like you're literally leaking?
Well, if you know that pain, I need you to know something right now. You are seen. This explainer is specifically for you. Okay, let's dive into this. Because to truly understand why your perceived flaws are actually your greatest hidden gifts, we're going to look at a beautiful, kind of heartbreaking allegory that might just change the way you see yourself forever.
Section 1. The Tale of Two Pots, Carrying the Weight of Expectations. Imagine, once upon a time, this fiercely hard-working farmer. Every single morning, long before the sun even thought about coming up, he'd wake up to fetch drinking water. Then came the long, grueling walk to a distant well. He'd place this heavy wooden stick across his shoulders to carry 2 clay pots, and he'd arrive back home with one perfectly full pot and one that was only half full. Let's look at why. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the brutal daily contrast between these 2 vessels. On one side, we've got the perfect pot, right? It's incredibly proud of itself, it holds all its water perfectly, and literally never fails its task. But on the other side is the cracked pot. It has this small crack right on its side, meaning it leaks half its water on that long walk home, leaving it feeling entirely, completely useless. Section 2. The heavy weight of shame, the pain of silent comparison. I really want you to feel what this cracked pot was going through. Just imagine the daily, agonizing torture of standing right next to absolute perfection. Every single morning, the perfect pot would look over and softly, cruelly tease the cracked pot, saying, "Look at you. You're useless. Half of your water is always gone before we even reach home." Day after day after day. Just a constant, relentless reminder of failure. And how did the cracked pot respond to this? It didn't. The cracked pot just stayed silent. It held back its immense sadness, swallowed the insults, and slowly felt entirely worthless. Think about that internal shame for a second. The utter silence of holding in your own perceived failure. You might know that exact silence all too well. But one day, it just couldn't hold those emotions back anymore. The pressure broke it. Tears actually rolled down its side as it trembled and whispered to the farmer, "I'm so sorry. Because I'm broken, I have a hole. Every day I lose half the water. Because of me, your hard work is wasted, yet you never scold me. I feel so ashamed of myself. Please forgive me."
Section 3. The breathtaking revelation, a shift in perspective.
The farmer, hearing this heart-wrenching apology, doesn't get angry. He just looks at it gently and promises to show the pot something the very next day. So, as they walk back from the well, he tells the pot to look carefully down at the side of the road, and it sees these beautiful red, yellow, and pink flowers swaying gently in the morning breeze. For a brief moment, it forgets its sadness. But then, they reach home, the pot realizes half its water is still gone, and its heart just sinks all over again.
Even after seeing those vibrant, beautiful flowers, it whispered sadly to the farmer, "I still failed you. I still couldn't bring you a full pot of water." Isn't it an absolute tragedy how our own insecurities and shame can completely blind us to our own worth, even when the evidence of our beauty is quite literally staring us in the face?
The farmer places the pots down, his smile widening with just immense warmth. He says softly, "No, my little friend, you don't understand yet. Didn't you notice something? The flowers were only on your side of the road, not on the other pot's side."
Section 4. The Psychology of Self-Worth, Decoding the Mirror.
So the crucial point is, when we strip away the metaphor, what the pot was experiencing is exactly what so many of you face every single day: imposter syndrome. It's that persistent inability to believe you actually deserve to be where you are. You see the leak, right? But you completely miss the reality that your perceived imperfections are masking a deeply unique value. Let's map this reality directly to your life right now. The leak, those are your perceived flaws and your deepest insecurities. The perfect pot, that's toxic social comparison, the impossible curated standards you hold yourself to. The farmer's walk, that's your daily journey. The planted seeds, that is the invisible potential the universe saw in your uniqueness months ago. And the blooming flowers, that is your hidden, beautiful impact on everyone around you. And this brilliantly illustrates how the exact same trait can be viewed in 2 entirely different ways. On one hand, you have the illusion of weakness. You look at yourself and see spilled water, brokenness, and wasted effort. But on the other hand is the reality of strength. While you thought you were broken, you were actually nourishing seeds, creating beauty, and fulfilling a unique purpose that no perfect person could ever achieve. The farmer planted those flower seeds specifically because he always knew about the crack. Just like that pot, as you've walked your painful, messy path, you have been watering seeds you didn't even know were there. Section 5. Your beautiful contribution, embracing the cracks. When the cracked pot finally understood this, its tears of sadness turned into tears of pure joy. For the very first time, it felt special. And I really want you to feel that same exact way. Let the farmer's lesson sink deep into your chest right now. What you call a flaw, the world calls a gift. The very thing you despise about yourself is exactly what brings beauty, empathy, and happiness to the people in your life. You are not less than anyone. Your crack is not your curse. It is your contribution. If you change how you look at your flaws, you're going to realize you are perfect in your own deeply unique way. Let's move to and see how this builds to the ultimate, undeniable truth of human existence. 0. That is the exact number of people in this world who are actually perfect. None. We all have flaws. We all have cracks. But those weaknesses become our absolute greatest strengths when we just change how we look at them. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one very personal question to reflect on. What beautiful flowers have you been unknowingly watering with your perceived flaws? Take a breath today. Look down at the side of your own road. You might just be astounded by the life you've been giving to the world all along.